Hey folks, Brian here. In my last video I asked a big question. Can you retire without $500,000 in the bank? And a lot of you answered, yes you did. Some people said, yes you can. Some people said, no. Some people said, well maybe. Some said, of course. Some said, not a chance. Some people said, absolutely. Some said, absolutely not. So you see why I'm doing this follow-up video? Okay, so if 500,000 is not the magic number, then what is? So today, that's exactly what we're going to talk about. There's not going to be any hype. There's no scare tactics. Just real numbers in real life. Here's the truth most people don't hear. There is no single number. There's no magic number that guarantees a good retirement. Not 500,000, not a million, not 2 million. Because retirement isn't about a number, folks. It's about whether your income covers your life. And once you understand that, everything changes. The biggest lie about retirement is this. You retire when you hit a certain dollar amount. Well, that idea comes from the financial industry, folks. Why? Because it's easy to market. But real retirement doesn't work that way. You don't go to the grocery store and pay with net worth. You pay with monthly income. You don't pay your electric bill with a round number. You pay with cash flow, folks. So instead of asking, how much do I need saved? I think a better question is, how much do I need coming in every month? Let's break it down this way. There's 4 things that matter far more than your total savings. First is your monthly income. For most of us, it's going to be Social Security, maybe a small pension, maybe an annuity. Maybe some of us have a part-time or an occasional job. Second, it's your spending. This is the big one. Housing, food, utilities, insurance, and yes, healthcare. If your spending is reasonable, the pressure drops fast. Third is your debt. If you've got a house that's paid off, that changes everything. If you've got no car payment, that also changes everything. And fourth, flexibility. If you can adjust your spending by just a few $100s whenever it's needed, you're going to be far safer than someone locked into a rigid lifestyle. That's what real retirement security. So let me give you a real world example. Okay, so let's say we have a retired couple. We'll call them Fred and Wilma. They bring in about $3,800 a month from Social Security. They also have a small annuity paying around $400 a month. So their total monthly income is roughly $4,200. Now let's look at their expenses. Their home's paid off. They spend about $3,700 a month covering everything. That leaves a small cushion. This couple didn't retire on a magic number. They retired because their income matched their life. That's what retirement really looks like, for most people anyway. So if 500,000 isn't the magic number, then what's enough? Here's the honest answer I've got. For some people, 300,000 is more than enough. For others, 500,000. And for some, they need or want more cushion, and that's okay. But the key is this: more money doesn't automatically mean more peace of mind. Clarity does. Knowing your numbers does. Living within your means does. Now let me talk directly to you for just a second. If you're in your 60s or even your early 70s and you're watching this thinking you're behind, you're probably not. Most retirees didn't hit a perfect number. They adjusted, they simplified, and they made smart decisions. And for the most part, they're doing just fine. Retirement isn't about winning a game. It's about creating a life you can live without constant fear. Folks, if this video helped calm your nerves or gave you a little clearer picture, go ahead and hit subscribe. This channel isn't about pressure or panic. It's about living your best retirement life, not worrying through it. And if you haven't watched the first video yet, check out Can You Retire Without $500,000? This video builds right on top of it. Folks, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.